Okay. So it says match the graph, each graph to one of the following functions. The first thing I do is I go to look to see, because I know I'm dealing with the basic functions. And the two basic functions they have are the ones down here at the bottom of the page. Y equals x squared and y equals the absolute value of x. If you look at the up-down movement is what's going to be easiest to see. And even some of the left-right might be easy to see. But I look at where the 0, 0 goes to. That helps me figure out by elimination what the graphs can be. And if I'm looking at x squared being the basic function, they're only U-shaped graphs. If I'm looking at the absolute value of x being the function, they're only V-shaped graphs. So I know that if my basic function is x squared, I can eliminate anything that looks like a V. And the same thing with absolute value. So if I start with A says, which one of these graphs is x squared plus 2? This says, this is what transformation?
Vertical.
It's vertical what? Up 2, right? So I'm looking for a U-shaped graph that's moved up 2 units. And opens how? And opens how? Up. He's got to open up and he's got to be moved up. So if I look at this, opens down. Nah. Look at this guy. On the x-axis, nah. V-shaped graph, nah. V-shaped graph, nah. On the 0, 0, no. Look at this guy, he is what? Up 2. See, U-shaped graph opens up 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would be A. That's the game you play. Now, I look at B. B is what? It's also a U-shaped graph, and what has been done to him? Up 2 and flipped. Oh, look at number 7. He's flipped. See, my only choices for flipped is 7, 15, and 16. Can't be 15 because that's a left 2. Can't be 16 because that is a right on the 0, 0. So he's just flipped upside down. The only guy that's a possibility is 7, right? Get the gist? Okay, let's move on to something more exciting. I don't like these anyway. Huh? The next one?
Yeah.
That's just what? The V-shaped graph moved how? Up 2. So I'm looking at a V-shaped graph, and there's no minus in front of it, so it's a pure V. He's not upside down, so nothing that's upside down counts. Not up 2. He's up 2, but he's upside down. Right? This guy's up 2. This guy's upside down. This guy's moved to the right. This guy's not moved at all. So when you take a look at it, it's got to be number 14. And of course, once you start marking them, right, then once they're marked, they can't be anybody else. And so you really are doing it as a process of the elimination. And like I said, this is probably my least favorite.